Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for our fourth match with green and white tokens. We have won the die roll and we'll be on the play. Okay, so Oath and a Hangerback and a Nissa. Seems great. Deck's great, I'm great, Magic's great. See if we can hit a Gideon here. Oh, just lands. Alright, alright. Well, that does mean that we get two extra lands that we didn't really particularly want to draw off the top of our deck, so that is definitely not the worst thing that could have happened. Basic planes. Oh, is this humans? The dreaded humans. God, this deck terrifies me. Okay. Well. Okay, so we have to survive until turn 4 or 5 and then turn the corner. Um, this is I think we're actually favored in the matchup, but it's just scary. They have such explosive draws, and things can go so poorly so fast. I think this is a good start for us, though. We have chump blockers. We've got a Nissa going, and our life total is high. They don't have access to haste creatures, so he can't flip his Kithian this turn. Oh, Reflector Mage could make this unpleasant. Gosh, darn it. I didn't realize he was on the blue version. A little awkward. However, that does give us the fact that our Hangerback Walker is back in our hand gives us um, Avacyn plus Walker for 0, which is just outstanding against the humans deck. So I think we're still in really good shape here. So and we hit the land. Perfect. So I'm just going to make a plant and see how he makes his attacks. But I am almost 100% going to Stasis Snare Kithian this turn. And then next turn, I'm going to Archangel Avacyn and Archangel Avacyn and Hangerback for 0, which will trigger Avacyn's flip, hopefully kill a whole bunch of creatures, and win us the game. So that's the plan. We had a very good start against humans. Turn 2 Hangerback and then turn 3 Nissa is a good start. So white-blue humans is a variant that I haven't actually played against in person yet. I know they have Ojutais in the sideboard. Like they don't run Drift Spoons, maybe? But always watching. Um, Declaration Stone, all that kind of good stuff. So all 3 creatures attacking Nissa. So that's great. The one of main deck Stasis Snare coming in huge right here. Letting me save my Nissa, prevent him from flipping his Kithian, and still maintain a very high life total. Still in your combat phase, bro. Yep. Take it easy. Take it easy. What is he paying? Archangel of Tithes. Interesting. Okay. Two Archangel of Tithes from the list I'm seeing online. Okay, okay, okay. So we're gonna lead on Canopy Vista here because it comes into play untapped. And he will still have his Archangel here, which is a little awkward. But um, at least our angel's bigger. So there's that. And I am going to plus Nissa just to get the extra point of loyalty, even though the plant will die. That's sweet. I haven't been able to do that in a while. That particular sequence is just so sweet. Okay, so the card we're most worried about right now is Declaration Stone. We're definitely not out of the woods yet. I can't block, or can I? Yeah, so I can't. Yeah, I can't block. Okay, that's fine. We have a follow-up Nissa. Um, a little concerned about Reflector Mage here. Reflector Mage on Avacyn would still be pretty unpleasant. Like I said, we're definitely still not totally out of the woods here. Um, you can find a Declaration Stone. You can find, um, Reflector Mage. So, like I said about it, like I said in the deck tech, it's not enough to just stabilize against this deck. You really have to try to put them away. So, um, hopefully we get there with Avacyn, but you know, the two-turn clock right now, but um, he does have a flying blocker, and he's got a lot of outs, so certainly not out of the woods just yet. I played out the Nissa that turn just to kind of keep our life total high and keep him distracted from attacking us. Um, with 3 attacking creatures, he can kill her no matter what we do, but um, at least this way our life total is staying really high. And the alternative is just putting a +1/+1 counter on Addison, which doesn't change the clock at all, and it doesn't change the way she fights with the other creatures in his deck. So, gosh darn it. Well, opponent found one of his outs to our Avacyn, so that's unfortunate. And we are drawing lands. Oh, thank God. Okay, so that was a really good draw. We're definitely drawing well today. So what this is going to let me do is this is going to let me secure the wastes and then um, flip my Westvale Abbey next turn. And I don't think he has anything at instant speed that can um, interact with that. The fact that our life total is so high means that we can just take this hit. Um, Should be in really, really good shape. Wow, what a draw. It's very lucky. So even if I declaration one of these creatures, he can still block the other one, and I wouldn't have lethal this turn. So I'm just gonna hit him for 9, and then hopefully he doesn't find another declaration stone, and I can declaration his angel and finish the game. Wow, we've been drawing very well today. You know, I think the deck's great. I think it's one of the best ones in Standard. Um, but it also helps to draw well. Oh, what is this? Is this pumping power? Okay, you're dead on board now. And this is why I like having a few main deck answer cards. Um, it's very possible to run into stuff like that you're just not going to beat. And I suppose in that particular scenario, the Dramox commands that are in the main deck of most people's list here would have been fine. But anyway, okay, so Gideons aren't great on the draw, and all of the Oath of Nissus come out in this matchup because you just don't have time to dirtle. Um, okay, so we know we want Tragics. We know we want Lammies. We definitely want Dramoka. We definitely want Linvala. Um, definitely want Declaration. I think we definitely want Declaration. Yeah, you know, you can live the dream and hit 2 Thalia's lieutenants or something. Tireless Tracker doesn't block terribly well, and um, this matchup is rarely about going long. So I think he's an easy cut here. I like the Deathcap Cultivators because accelerating into some of our bigger spells seems great. Mocha's commands kind of require you to be ahead, so I think that's my last cut here. Look here, make sure I'm not missing anything, but I think this is about the configuration I want against humans. He's liable to bring in negates for sure, and potentially Ojitais. I think we have enough answers to Ojitai in our 4 angels plus tragics plus declarations, etc. So this is not a matchup where I want to bring in Clipwings, even though Dragonlord Ojitai is exactly the card you want it against. Just because if they don't hit the Ojitai, then what are you doing with your life? So I think we were quite lucky to win game 1 like that. After sideboard, I think it gets substantially better. Negates are problematic, particularly when we're on the draw, because he can snag a Gideon or something. Which is part of why I cut one of the Gideons, even though Gideon's great. Probably one of the best threats in the deck, if not the best threat in the deck. I mean, obviously, Archangel Avacyn was insane that last game, but anyway, see how we do for game 2 here. And I don't like this new bug with Moto where it moves things. So this hand is really, really great. We have Advocate, and removal spells and one of our huge finishers. So all of that seems awesome. Need to draw my green lightning bolt, and we'll be really cooking here. It is a little rough boarding out of the Oath of Nissa's. It really does kind of tie the deck together, but sometimes you just have to trust in your mana base and hope to get there. The deck runs 25 lands, and the mana base is pretty solid. I actually cut a Westvale Abbey from kind of the stock lists to run an 8th forest. So I think I'm even a little bit more consistent than some of the other versions, which makes cutting the oaths a little bit less painful against the aggro decks. We'll see what he has here. Nothing? No 2-drop? No 1-drop? No 2-drop? That's a little baffling. Well, I think given that he doesn't have creatures, I'm just going to lead on Deathcap Cultivator here and develop my mana. He's a lot worse with Dromoka's Command, but we don't have anything to fight yet. So, and next turn we can go Advocate and Dromoka's Command with the extra mana we get from the Cultivator. So, also, Stasis Snare and swing for 2. If we draw one of our Gideons, we can play it on turn 3, which is outstanding. So, really interested to see what's going on with my opponent's draw here. Seems awful. Wow. So, wow. For 1 white mana open, I don't think there's anything to punish me here, so I'm just going to Sylvan Advocate and kill his Thalia's Lieutenant. Gives me a 3/4 blocker on the table. Prevents his Lieutenant from getting bigger, and this just seems like our opponent has had a very unfortunate draw here. I mean, that being said, he might have gigantic threats in his hand, like maybe it's just all Archangel of Tithes and Doge Tithes. I don't know. He doesn't have a land to reveal the port down. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Okay. I mean, I don't even know here. Like, I think I'm just going to hold open Avacyn. I'm a little tempted to go Advocate and hold up Stasis Snare, but developing the Avacyn just seems better. Archangel? Okay. So we're going to flash in Avacyn here. And snare his Archangel and hit him for 7. For any reason to hold lands, I took out the trackers, right? I don't think there's any reason to hold lands, and there's definitely a reason to play a land, because if I can hit one next turn, then I get my Advocate's huge. Okay. Linval is a little awkward here because she's just a 5/5 for 6 mana. I mean, I'm still gonna play her, but it's a little awkward. Land? Yeah, buddy. We're just gonna try to put this game away. I don't think there's any reason not to run out the Vala here. I think there's a 0% chance that opponent has Wraths in his deck. He's sitting on a negate right now. He's a very sad panda. I think this kind of highlights a little bit of why a lot of players lean toward the mono white version of this deck, because draws like this are just wretched. I mean, does he have outs? I have to pay 1 for all of my attacking creatures, so there's no Swords to Plowshares or anything in the format, so he blocks these 2 and takes exactly 6. So Just the Wind requires a Madness outlet. Don't think he has any outs. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Dispel, yeah, so I think we're just getting in with the crew here and finishing the game. All right. We are 4-0 with green white tokens. I think we got very fortunate that round our opponent did not draw well. But that being said, deck's great, magic's great. 4-0. Join me for the 5th and final match with green white tokens.